Big time trade into the NBA tonight, early in the morning, whatever you want to call it. The Los Angeles Clippers have traded he was in all-star contention, right? Give Tobias Harris some credit. The Los Angeles Clippers have traded Tobias Harris to the Philadelphia 76ers. How about Philly? Their second big trade of this season. We know they got Jimmy Butler earlier in the year. Pretty much traded a couple of their key role guys, Covington, Saric, landed Jimmy Butler, and they're not done. They just got Tobias Harris, and can we call this a blockbuster? I think it's fair to call this a blockbuster deal. So here's the basis of the trade, and then we'll break it down a little bit to you guys in totality. The Los Angeles Clippers, they will be trading their guy, who was a free agent to be, by the way. So I'm not 100% mad at the Los Angeles Clippers. They don't want Tobias Harris long term. I believe the Los Angeles Clippers have some type of insurance that Kawhi Leonard is still coming there. So the trade is Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic. I'll get to him more in a second. Mike Scott of the Clippers will be going to Philadelphia for Landry Shamet, Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, a 2020 first-round pick, a 2021 unprotected first from Miami, and 2 second-rounders. And I believe those second-rounders are 2021 and 2023. So I just wanted to get the trade out the way, get every piece out the way. And I'm going to tell you what I think about it. In regards to some of these pieces, I thought the Clippers overpaid, but I get what they're doing. This is a bad trade for the Clippers. In my opinion, they got screwed in this trade. Because to me, Boban Marjanovic is a prospect to me. I don't know what everybody else thinks about him. This guy's what, like 7'5", 7'6". He's something crazy, right? His height is off the wall. And the fact that not only do you give up Tobias Harris, you give up Boban Marjanovic. He's 7'3", ladies and gentlemen. He's literally standing over guys like Anthony Davis in our league, right? Like literally just towering over guys like Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is 6'10", 6'11", legit, right? Like, the fact that you gave up that guy, Boban Marjanovic, a part of this deal, I just didn't think you needed to do that. The 76ers, to me, were desperate. They lost a big game last night as well to Toronto. And just to be frank with you, I thought the 76ers could have gave up more. Now, I'm looking at what they gave up. This deal is centered around Landry Shamet, who a lot of us believe will be a good player. But I'm going to keep it a stack with you. Landry Shamet is, I call him a 2K player. He's already one of the best shooters. If you play NBA 2K, he's one of the best shooters on 2K19. A lot of these guys have not panned out. All the 2K community, y'all know what the heck I'm talking about. We've gotten behind a lot of guys who were cheese, is what we call it, on NBA 2K, and they've not panned out in real life. He could be one of those guys. I'm not saying he will be, but nice little combo guard. It's going to take some time for him. Landry Shamet, Wilson Chandler's a dud. I'm tired of saying he's good. He just seems to be in the right situation. No, he doesn't work out wherever he go. He doesn't provide wins. I watched him miss a game-winning layup the other night. No, he's a dud. Mike Muscala's a dud. That first-round pick probably won't be good because, hell, Philly's got 4 All-Stars right now. Yeah, so it's up to this unprotected first by the Miami Heat. That could be something. We just got to kind of wait and see, depending on, I think Miami could be in a tank mode in the next couple years. But let's just call it what it is. I believe the 76ers clearly got the better end of this trade, acquiring Tobias Harris, Boban, and Mike Scott, who can ball. By the way, I watched Mike Scott play a lot this summer. He can ball. He can ball. He's a good player. And Philly needed this bench help, and they needed some tough guys. Mike Scott ain't going for no junk, right? I like that a lot. Boban, again, 7'3", and Tobias is an all-star caliber player. A lot of people believe he should have been in the game this year. Here's the thing. The Clippers don't care if they won or lost this deal. Their job was to take this pressure off them to sign Tobias Harris this summer. They didn't want him. They didn't want him. I believe they know Kawhi Leonard is coming. Only way you make a deal like this, where you give up a guy that you can't possibly have as one of the keys of your franchise going forward, you know something. You've been talking to somebody. I believe they know Kawhi Leonard no matter what is coming to LA, no matter what. And speaking of Kawhi, that Raptors team went in Philadelphia last night and destroyed them. I believe this trade happened for 2 reasons. Both reasons revolve around Jimmy Butler. All right, I wanted to throw this out there in the atmosphere real quick. I don't believe Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons like playing with Jimmy Butler. I don't believe they like playing with him. As a matter of fact, I keep it stacked with you. I don't believe most guys in the league like playing with Jimmy Butler. Just being honest. I don't believe people look at Jimmy Butler as a winner, right? I just don't believe it. I think the team think they were better without Jimmy Butler. I think they miss Rob Covington and Saric. I really do believe that they think they could have got it done with those guys over what they had now. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Y'all were at full strength last year in the playoffs, and y'all lost to Boston without two of their key guys. Boston doesn't look great this year, but they probably still would have beat Philly in the playoffs had they not made a move. So you go out and get Jimmy Butler, right? You get an all-star caliber player, a guy supposed to be elite. Now you go get Tobias. This trade happened for two reasons. Again, both around Jimmy Butler. Number one, I don't believe they look at Jimmy Butler as somebody who has equated to wins. Philly has been good at stretches with Jimmy Butler, but for the most part, they've been average at best. A lot of times, their offense doesn't look great with Jimmy Butler in the mix. Joel Embiid definitely wants to rock more. Ben Simmons, he's got to learn how to shoot. Is he getting Jimmy Butler the ball in the spots that he wanted? I'm not sure if I can say 100% that's what's going on right now. Ben Simmons is still growing as a point guard, though. He's super young, right? So you go get Tobias because Jimmy Butler hasn't equated to wins like you thought he would. If you can get to the scenario where it's late game, he can ice you. Jimmy Butler can knock down any shot, but you got to get there first. Second thing, I'm not sure if Philly's convinced that Jimmy Butler is signing long term. So by signing Tobias Harris, you give yourself some sort of a little bit of a leeway, right? In case Jimmy Butler decides to leave, you got this all-star caliber player, and Tobias is on that cusp of being an all-star caliber player. He'll probably make it in the Eastern Conference right now that he's got his shot. You got this guy who he plays hard. I love him because he's a Tennessee guy. I've hooped with him before. He's a great dude. He ain't gonna cause any drama into your organization. Super humble dude. All he really care about is him, his family, his brothers. Got a couple brothers that are really good at the game as well. Man, Tobias ain't causing no issues. No issues at all. Work hard, dude. Come in, go home. Right? That's who he is. He gonna work his behind off. Just in case you lose Jimmy Butler, let's say they still lose in the second round. And by the way, I gotta give Mike Rubin some credit because this is a risky deal, right? I gotta give Rubin some credit to even work this one out. Let's say the 76ers lose in the playoffs, I think they'd rather move forward without Jimmy Butler and they sign Tobias Harris and allow Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid to grow with Tobias. I believe that's what they're thinking. Because it's not a guarantee Jimmy's signing in Los Angeles. Who knows where Jimmy's head's at? I believe New York is on the table with Kyrie Irving. That's just my honest opinion. What do I know? I don't believe the 76ers know for a fact if Jimmy Butler is staying long term. And I don't believe Philadelphia is 100% convinced that they want to keep Jimmy Butler long term. Can I be honest with you? As much as I love Tobias Harris, I don't know if guys play well with Jimmy Butler. I'm not 100% sure if this trade still puts them over the top. Now you got 4 all-star caliber players. I'm still not sure if they're going to beat Boston in a 7-game series. I still might take Kyrie Irving because he's the best player on the court. And the Celtics haven't looked good this season. I'm not sure if Philly can beat Boston in a 7-game series. They might need to avoid Philly. They might need Toronto to handle their lightweight. Now against the Raptors, in my opinion, at some point I think star power is going to have to matter. And I like the Raptors and what they've did all season, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. It's getting to the point right now where the Raptors just are going to not have enough star power to compete with some of these other teams in the East and definitely the West, right? Golden State. So right now, I would still put the Celtics and Raptors over. And Milwaukee's got to prove it to me in the playoffs. I think in a 7-game series, though, I still don't know if Philly can beat the Celtics or the Raptors. I don't know if this trade moves them. I guess I would comfortably say that the Philadelphia 76ers will beat Milwaukee in the playoffs right now, even though Milwaukee's the #1 seed. I think I would comfortably say Philly will beat Milwaukee now. But if they face Boston, who will be a lower seed because they struggle to win games in the regular season a lot of nights. If they face the Toronto Raptors, I still might lean towards those two latter teams over Philly. I'm just not sold on Jimmy Butler, the winner right now. And we'll see. Time will tell. Congrats to Philly as they pick up. To me, they pick up this mega deal. You get Boban, a prospect that you could possibly trade if he pans out, and you got an all-star caliber player in Tobias Harris, and you gave up a 2K guy. Congrats to the Philadelphia 76ers. Big time move. Clippers, y'all got screwed in this trade. They don't care. Their mind is on Kawhi. They don't care. They do not care. Kawhi Leonard is the only thing on their mind right now. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Shout out to Mr. Telefair.
You watching Mr. Telefair TV.
Mr. Telefair TV, here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.